Hi, it's Global Politics with Jim Martin. Today I want to talk about a country where things are going pretty good. That country is Iceland. Iceland has been inhabited pretty much continuously for the last 1200 years. They have a parliament, the Althing, that has pretty much been in continuous operation for most of that history. It's been independent for various stretches of time, usually ruled by Norway or Denmark or Sweden or some combination of the three. But since 1944, it's been an independent country. It is a member of the UN. It's a founding member of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, or NATO. About 390,000 people live in Iceland. It's a volcanic island, which means that about 66% of its electricity is generated through geothermal power, run pipes into the ground and heat water up and create steam and generate their electricity. Most of the rest of it comes from hydropower, or there's a little bit of fossil fuel mix, but not very much. Demographically, Iceland's in really good shape. They have a very young population. Lots of people have kids. They have a advanced social welfare system. They do a lot with childcare, education, all of these things, which ends up producing a GDP of about $59,000 per person, which is great. Defense-wise, Iceland has a police force and kind of a home guard-y kind of thing with a small navy. Otherwise, they outsource their defense to NATO for the most part. So there's sort of rotations of aircraft and such coming through. Never really been a place that anybody wanted to invade because it's Iceland. So there's not a lot of reason, unless you were Icelandic, to want to conquer it. They've managed to kind of steer their own path for a really long time. Iceland's economy is based on a lot of commodity stuff. So you've got fishing, you have aluminum, you have some aluminum production, you have some manufacturing, and tourism are the primary sectors of their economy. That can be rather volatile when you have commodity-based economy. It's small. It can get buffeted around a bit when times are tough. That said, Iceland has done an amazing job of managing through the storms that periodically arise. A perfect example of that is the 2007 financial crisis. Many people don't know, but the financial crisis actually started in Iceland. The government that had been in charge for some years was real chummy with the Icelandic banks and had made a number of investments of the people's tax dollars into the subprime market in the United States, thinking like everyone else that, oh, it's American, it'll be fine. Then they had also made some investments in some mining concerns that really didn't turn out to be as productive as they thought. And so when things started to go south, they thought they had this dough in their subprime market, and then they found out they didn't. Word got around really quick, and what basically happened was that just about everyone in Iceland turned up outside of the president and the prime minister's house and protested for about 10 days straight. Both initially indicated that they weren't going anywhere, and then they quickly kind of changed their tune when they couldn't go outside. So they both resigned. There was an interim government for a brief period of time. They had elections very quickly and elected a completely different set of folks. And those people came in, established some credit with IMF loans, quickly re-energized the economy, turned some things around. And within 2 years, they had recovered and were actually exceeding what their GDP had been before the crisis. And this was sort of like, when this hit, it was the potential for like half of Iceland to be unemployed. They rapidly fixed that picture, and I think they paid those loans back a few years back. Did some prudent financial work and got that straightened out. And to me, that's just an amazing example of how democracy should work. Is there's a problem, people get upset, they complain about it, things change and stuff gets fixed. Hey, wouldn't that be great? Politically speaking, there's five parties in Iceland, kind of traditional sorts. There's a Green Party, there's a center-left party, there's a center-right party. And one of my all-time favorites, the Pirate Party, has maintained a number of seats in the Icelandic parliament for quite some time, probably 20 years now. And the Pirate Party is kind of a economic liberalism combined with a social democratic Green Party, technology-oriented sort of bunch of folks. And just fun. They have a pirate flag for their logo and everything. It's freaking awesome. Right now, they have a woman is serving as the president and a woman is the prime minister. And if I understand correctly, the heads of all the major parties are women. And there's a woman who's the mayor of their biggest town and the police commissioner and so forth and so on. It's pretty amazing. That might be the first time, if that is accurate. I know the prime minister and the president are. The rest of them, I'm not totally sure. Amazing people, dedicated to their land and their people and their society. I'm actually going to go to Iceland next summer. I'm really excited about it. It's something that I've wanted to do forever. And I will absolutely be sure to make a stop by the Icelandic Parliament and do whatever I can to geek out on that. Also, they have Bjork there. And so, we can't forget about that. Anyway, I hope you found this interesting and a bit of a change from some of the orangey related topics that we've been talking about lately. Hope you enjoyed that and have a great one. If anybody has anything else to add about Iceland, you live there and you've got something you want to share, please feel free to do so in the comments, and I'll look forward to seeing you out in the next one. Thanks a lot.